About a year ago, I released my video asking the question, why is there so much hate for the Vekoma SLC? There are some things about that video that I'm not happy with, but it is one of my most watched videos that I've ever made. One update that I must mention is about when I said that Logan from Coaster Kids won't ride any of them because of the bad things he has heard. Well, last summer, he decided to start giving them a shot, and he liked them. I don't know if you might have seen my video and that inspired him to go ahead and ride them. Probably not, but he doesn't avoid them anymore, and he started a new channel by the name of Thrills United. Now, when I made that last video, I had only ridden 2 Vekoma SLCs. Since then, I have ridden 8 more, and while I may understand a little better what people don't like about them, I still am thinking that they don't warrant the hate that they get. Some were better than others, but none were that terrible. Unfortunately, I have still not ridden the Great Nor'easter at Maurice Piers, and it sounds like that could be the best of all of them. For the ones that I have ridden, most of them I only rode once, so ranking them based on only one ride can be tricky, since it could have been riding good or bad on that day. So my ranking is simply based on the experience I got on each. Number 10 is Flight Deck at Canada's Wonderland. I don't think it necessarily rode worse than any other, but what killed this is the head restraints. They are so close to your head on both sides. I was getting head banging while the train was sitting perfectly still. It is well padded, but every slight movement had me banging my head to one side or the other, and that started getting annoying really quick, even before going down the first drop. Number 9 is Kong at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. This one may have ridden the worst of all of them, as it was quite shaky. It did cause some head banging, but again, those are well padded, so it doesn't really hurt, it's just uncomfortable and annoying. Number 8 is the Mind Eraser at Six Flags America. This was my 3rd SLC, the first one I had ridden after making that last video. I understood a little better with that ride, as it is noticeably more shaky than the first 2 that I had ridden, but I still didn't think it was that bad. Number 7 is the Mind Eraser at Darien Lake. It rides about the same as the one at Six Flags America, but it's got a nicer setting, which made me give it the slight edge. Number 6 is Thunderhawk at Michigan's Adventure. This rode quite a bit better than the previous 4. It has a little shakiness, but not that bad at all. I only rode it once because it's a very long walk to get to it, and I would rather marathon Shivering Timbers and Wolverine Wildcat than ride this again, but it was a good ride. Number 5 is the Mind Eraser at Elitch Gardens. This one might have a little more shakiness than Thunderhawk, but it wasn't much more, and I love the setting. As you're going up the lift hill, all of downtown Denver comes into view, which was really nice. Number 4 will be T3 at Kentucky Kingdom, the prototype SLC. It is more shaky than the previous 2, but what made me like this so much is the restraints. I absolutely love that it has only a lap bar plus shoulder straps. Finally, I could just let go and enjoy the ride and not worry about any kind of headbanging. But it is worth noting that if you tend to feel pain in your legs, you probably won't like this one. I have no issue at all with getting my legs crushed, so that didn't bother me one bit. Number 3 is going to be Riddler Revenge at Six Flags New England, and this one might be many people's favorite as it has the awesome vest restraints. This will not crush your legs, but they also are guaranteed to never give any headbanging at all. So again, you can just let go and enjoy the ride. This is the first one on the list that I've ridden more than once, riding it 4 times over my 2 full days there. It still rides a bit shaky, but no more than any of the others that I've mentioned so far. Number 2 will be Gauntlet at Magic Springs in Arkansas. I have not ridden this one since 2017, and I was very much GP at the time, so if I rode it again, I may change my mind and move it down the list. But I do remember really liking the ride. I remember it being a smooth ride with no headbanging. I liked it so much I ran back in line to get another ride. And I left the park with no doubt that it was my favorite in the park. I remember saying that I liked it more than Batman the Ride. And my number 1 Vekoma SLC that I have ever ridden is undoubtedly Twisted Typhoon at Wild Adventures in Valdosta, Georgia. This is the one that inspired me to make that last video. It was such a good ride that I was baffled by anyone who would consider this anything but a good ride. It rode glossy smooth all 3 rides that I got. There was no headbanging, but also I noticed how pillowy soft the head restraints were. Maybe I was just in the right seat, but they were super soft. And it didn't even matter with how smooth the ride was. I was actually talking with a ride operator at Cheetah later on in the day, and since this is the only park he knows, he said to me that Vekoma makes the smoothest rides. Now, we as coaster enthusiasts know that this is definitely not true. However, the 3 Vekomas at Wild Adventures are all glossy smooth, so this ride-op is under the impression that all Vekomas ride smooth. That is also an indicator to me that I probably didn't catch this one on an unusually good day. Apparently, it usually rides quite smooth, and that is why it tops my list. So my first 2 Vekoma SLCs that I've ridden are still my 2 favorites, which may also help you understand why I made that video a year ago. But I'd like to hear from you. Which Vekoma SLC has been your favorite, and do you think that I might have caught any of these on an unusually good or bad day? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.